Hey everyone, Susan Harrell, media coach, marketing strategist, author of Sell Yourself Without Selling Your Soul, and CEO of PureSecrets.com. I want to talk about your 12-month publicity plan in combination with making a New Year's resolution or not making a New Year's resolution, because a couple of things that I just can't stand. I don't know if you're with me on this. Word of the year, theme of the year, suddenly being, having gratitude about all things. It's like, for me, I really want to be doing these kinds of things. Oh, you might be hearing a little noise in the background. That's my cat getting into his box. Anyway, it's to me, it's about setting practices for a year, setting an intention. I'm going to be looking at my notes here that I have written by hand. It's how do you want to be and how do you want to feel? And then those goals are incidental to that. So when I was talking to, and by the way, there's no right or wrong way. It's whatever works for you. So this is the way that I feel. I just can't stand that sort of thing. And that's my personal thing. So I'm going to tell you what I do. And I'm going to talk about also setting your 12-month publicity plan, which I have a link to for publicity, and then how you're going to incorporate your mindset and your habits with that, if that's what you want. And this works for anything, by the way, so whatever it is you want, even if you're not going for publicity now. So number one is, I was talking to my best friend, and I said, what do you want to let go of for this year, and what do you want to bring in? And he said, I want to let go of worry, and I want to be in a state of gratitude. And I really loved that, being in a state of gratitude. I said, yeah, that's something that I want too. Now, how do you do that? I'm going to share with maybe now is the time to talk about that. Like, the first thing is, like, I love this chocolate. Can you see it? There we go. That's the chalk. So it's anti-aging chocolate. And what I do every morning is I feel really happy, and I do eat this in the morning, by the way, when I drink my coffee, which I have. I don't know if you can see on my cup, this says, speak your mind, stand your ground, sing your song. So I eat my chocolate, I sip my coffee, and I feel like, oh my God, this is so luxurious. This is so delicious and delightful, and it brings me great joy and happiness that I have this, right? So I think it's also about experiencing, appreciating beauty, really creating wonder and amazement everywhere, and just saying, like, oh my God, this is the way it melts on my tongue, and making my skin great and my insides great, and so little things like that. So for me, being in that state of gratitude is all about the tiny little things. Now, another thing that I subscribe to is something called Tiny Habits. I'm going to put the link in my blog, because it's really about, you'll see how to do that. Changing a habit, typically takes 30 days. And instead of like having this big, huge goal, I'm having these tiny things and changing your behavior, changing your mindset along with it, and something that's really doable. So I'm going to put that into a link below. So getting into a state of gratitude. Oh, and then I talked to my other best friend, Sheila, who her father comes from India, and she was raised with the most important things are education and contentment, feeling of contentment. And so she says that, this is something that she is really, if she's striving, quote unquote, for anything, it's contentment. So I really loved that as well. It's like, that's what I want. I want that feeling of contentment, the state of gratitude, the feeling of contentment. Now, how else do I do that? I mean, when I go on a walk, for example, I love up all the dogs in the neighborhood. They wag their tails, they rush up to me. It's like, I love you. Who are you? And kiss, 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 wag, 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 pet, pet, pet. And to me, that just gives me this great feeling of aliveness. And that happens all the time. So I'm always looking for what's giving me that sense of aliveness, whether it's my work, taking a walk, Aikido, whatever it is, having that conversation with a friend, taking a sip of something delicious. And one of the other things that I do every single day is on my altar is this, it's a picture of Rumi, and in this says, open my path. It's a saying from Carolyn W. Casey. Open my path before me and grant me the opportunity to be of maximum good in the world. So this is my intention and my deepest intention that I say every single day. And whenever I talk to a client or go out to a meeting or a networking meeting, and I don't only say, can I meet great people? But for a client, I say, can our conversation be for the highest good and their highest good? So that's just a way of setting a daily intention. So to me, and then it's living into that, creating that practice. And every single time I work with a client, it's that sort of practice for me and to be in the moment. So it's not about how well am I doing? What am I doing? It's like, am I in service to that person? And then the other part of that, when I train them to do anything, it's what we're always doing is like, we're looking at what did I do well and what can I improve? What can I shift? And so every media appearance, we're looking at that, right? So we're looking like, what did I do well? What do I want to change for next time? And then part of that the mastery of the 10,000 hours that what's his name? Malcolm Gladwell talked about. It's not 10,000 hours of doing the same thing. It's 10,000 hours of making tiny tweaks every single time you do something. And that's what I'm talking about this whole time is tiny tweaks to whatever you're doing, whether it's to your daily process, whether it's writing a gratitude journal or being grateful in the morning, like so, or at any time of day. So I'm always practicing that, looking for things that I'm grateful for and looking for things that make me happy so I can magnify that and magnify that feeling and let go of the feelings of fear and not pushing them away, noticing when they happen, but consistently focusing on what I want. So the other thing that I do is for this year and for every year is I schedule, I love the saying, do the hard things when they're easy. So that's a Chinese, I think it was Confucius, a Chinese saying, do the hard things when they're easy. So I set my schedule in the morning, and a lot of times many people would disagree with this, but I set it to my own energy. So I'm a slow morning waker-upper. So what I do is I do my email first, I get my coffee, my bulletproof coffee, which I love, and I drink my coffee, I do my email in my PJs, and I got my, and in my, I don't know if you can see these. Oh, let me just take them off. I'm wearing sweatpants. Here, and with my little fuzzies. I put on my little fuzzy slippers. So, yeah, I'm wearing velvet sweatpants, fuzzy slippers, below. And so I do my emails in my PJs, and then before every client appointment, which I schedule starting at 9 or 10, I get dressed. I always get dressed. I put on lipstick. I put on mascara. I want to be in work mode, even if I'm in my my Juicy Couture, my sweatpants, right? So to me, making that transition. And so I do that according to my energy, and that's one of the things as well. So now, for example, I went to the Publicity Summit in New York, the National Publicity Summit, and I met like 50, almost 100 media people. Now I have to follow up with those people. Oh my God. I followed up with one person so far. Now, and that was in, oh my God, when was that? Anyway, it was a couple months ago, and I haven't done it yet. And it's really important to follow up because each person wanted me to put a different thing in the subject line, say a different thing in the email. They all requested something different from me, the people who were interested. And I just think, oh my God, that's a huge task. So what I'm doing is something called batching, and I do this again according to my energy because I want to have a good feeling in it, is that like this weekend I'm going to send maybe 10 or 20 per day. I'm going to do it as long as I can still maintain that good feeling because it's a lot of work. So one of the things that I use, which I'm going to show you, I have this on my, oh gosh, the sun is coming in now to my face. Lighting wise, you know what, I'm just going to jump up for a second and see if I can change that. Just give me 1 second. Let's see. Okay. think that's better because that was like shining right in my eyes. So what I was saying, I have focus boosters. So it's something that you set it for 30 minutes, and it's a really great reward system, especially if you're doing something that is you need to do that you haven't offloaded, but that is difficult for you, because at the end of 30 minutes it dings and you've got a reward, and you can set up a reward at the end of those 30 minutes. Like once I get the 10 or 20 or how many ever I can do in that 30 minutes sent out to the media, I can give myself a reward, whether that means getting up, getting my chocolate, whatever that is. But it's a great way to incentivize yourself and to get into the habit of setting up a little tiny reward system for yourself. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. It's actually called something. Oh my gosh, I didn't write it down on this sheet. It's called, there is a, let me just find it really quick. Oh no, I had to open MS Word. I hope that's not gonna shut down my system. Okay, wait. It is called, oh gosh. No, I didn't write that down. Okay, but I did write it down. Oh Lord. Okay, I'm gonna have to more squint that. Oh, this video is not turning out how I wanted, and I'm so bad at editing it. There is something, and I will remember the name, and it is about, and I'm gonna close this application, there. It is about combining things that you don't like to do with things that you love that give you an instant reward. And it's like a scientific behavioral thing where you can combine two things together and get rewarded. Something that you don't want to do, like the Stairmaster, something that you love to do, like watching a Netflix series. And you can do both of those things at the same time. So you get your reward at the same time you're doing something that is onerous to you. So I love that idea. Now I can't remember what it's called, but hopefully it will come to me before the end of this video. Okay, the other thing that I do, another thing that I recommend doing is making a loose year 12-year plan. You know, 12 years. Oh my God, 12 months. I mean, 12 years, I'm thinking 12 years, 12-month plan. I think that this froze now. Did you freeze? No, there we go. Is it frozen? It looks like it's still going, so I'm going to keep going, and then we can edit this out later, because my computer, there we go. Okay. Let's see. Let me just make sure that this catches up. So, all right. Okay, so we're back in real time. So this video might look a little crazy because I really. So let me go on. Oh, loose 12-month plan. Okay, so I am giving you the 12-month publicity plan along with the 100-word email, along with 40+ editorial calendars. And that way you have everything that you need to set up your publicity plan to pitch magazines. And the 100-word email gives you the ability to do that, pitch in a paragraph, which is what magazine editors want. And then I have created a little strategy for you to move forward with that. And then giving you that whole 12 months of editorial calendars that you can plan out your entire publicity for the whole year. Now let me just check this because it looks like something's going on with my computer here. Hello, hello. We're definitely going to need to edit this part out. Because I think it's stalled. You know what? I'm going to end there because I don't know if this is working. So let's just stop it.